Hello everyone! Today we are going to take a look at the new LEGO ID set, The Pirates of Barracuda Bay. Set number 21322, ages 16 plus, and it contains 2,545 pieces and retails in Europe, in the Netherlands at least, for €199.99. Right, this is a throwback to the old Barracuda ship, which I will show in comparison as well to this one. But yeah, let's first take a look at the box. On the side here you can see all the main characters, which we will learn the names of quite shortly, because they're all in the manual. On the side here, just a piece, just a part of the island and the wreck. The other side, just a little rowboat and a shark. Bottom doesn't have anything. And then the back shows some more details, what you can do with the set, some play features, the length of it all, and yeah, that you can combine the parts of the ship to make it whole again. So let's take a look at the instruction booklet, or tome if you will. Look at that. Very, very cool. What I forgot to tell from the box is that they made the box with all the yellow on the sides, just like the old Barracuda ship box from 1989. So, that out of the way. When you open it up, the first thing you will see is a bit of an introduction on the pirate crew and what they were doing in the meantime. Yeah, I just really want to check this out. Legoland pirates. Sometime in the 18th century, there lived a colony of settlers who peacefully thrived by means of the buried treasure they had discovered on their new island home. But they were not the only ones who knew of this gold. Captain Redbeard, leader of the infamous Legoland Pirates of the Sea and commander of the Black Sea's Barracuda pirate ship, had his claim. The gold had belonged to his ancestors, and he vowed to take back what he believed was rightly his. Captain Redbeard was legendary. Over the years, many captains came and went, names such as Foul, Ironhook, and Brickbeard. But none could strike fear into the Imperials and rally the pirates like Redbeard. And so as the settlers slept, Redbeard gathered his fellow pirates, loaded his cannons and set sail for El Dorado Fortress. He and his sailors charted tornado-like storms and battled wind-whipped waters. However, as the sun came up and the wind stopped whistling, there was no sign of Redbeard or his shipmates. No storming pirates woke the settlers from their beds, and no ship stirred the horizon. Not that morning, and not ever again. Many years went by, and although Redbeard and his crew never returned, tales of the captain lived on in tavern whispers. Some said he was seen off the coast of Treasure Island. Others heard he was locked away in El Dorado Fortress. Many believed he had been taken by the sea. But recently, a new rumor abounds. A rumor of a strange island, an island inhabited by graying pirates and built with the wreckage of an old ship. Who knows what's true and what's false? But beware regardless. If you listen to the whistling winds of the sea at night, you might just hear the words, Barracuda, Barracuda, Barracuda. Now it's up to you and your imagination to continue the adventures. I just love an intro like this. And what's funny is that they mention other old sets as well. Like El Dorado Fortress is an existing set. And I know Brickbeard was the pirate captain introduced in 2009. So here we have a little bit of a comic going on. Some buried treasure. Redbeard taking a look at all his other fellow captains. They load their ships just like the story says. When the sun came up, where did he go? Was he deserted on a beach? Locked away in prison? but there are new times ahead of us. So, I'm not going through the rest of the text of the book, but this guy made it all possible. Pablo Sanchez. And I must say, thank you, Pablo. Because of this set, because of the ID that you brought onto LEGO IDs, this set has been formed into reality. Now, here is the set that he proposed. And it looks very detailed, very nice. A lot of browns, some greens, as we will see with the finished product as well. He also had the story in his mind that we were 30 years ahead in time from the late 80s and early 90s. So here is Redbeard with his long red beard, 30 years later. There is the chamber as well. And here is the designer who made it into what we now know, Milan Madge. He is from the UK and he works for the LEGO Group as a designer. So here we have a prototype, the very first iteration. A second prototype, a third prototype, looks more to what it is now. And the final prototype, number 4. Before it became what it is now. And here is Austin William Carlson. He was one of the people on the team that worked on this set as well. So, here we have Redbeard himself. We have the Barracuda as a ship. And his crew members. We have Lady Anchor, Quartermaster Riggins, Starboard, Dark Shark Doubloons, Tituba, Port, which is a twin brother of Starboard, and Robin Loot. And then the building instruction starts with all the bags and everything that goes on with it. I'm not going to bother you guys with the instruction itself. At the very last page, we see the old set this was inspired from. The 6285 Black Seas Barracuda, which I also have upstairs, and I will take that out in a moment to show you guys a side-by-side comparison for the ship version of this new set. And I will also compare the figures at the end when it is time for that to do so. Right. Onto the structure itself. So here we have the set. It doesn't even fit into the screen, but let's zoom in and take a look at each part accordingly. So we have here a little rowboat with a shark. This is a new shark, not unlike the old one, but it can still open up its mouth. Right, so we have an old-fashioned style rowboat. Here we have a piece of a dock. We see a piglet over there, a crab, a lot of green plant stuff. We have another person over here. Here's all the food. We even have, if I can reach it, come here. A pineapple. Very nice. There is the captain's quarters, which used to be the end of the ship. Don't know how you call that in English. Do know it in Dutch. Here we have another person, and this is also the part of the inn, which you can see over here. Right, another person over there. We have a little prison with a skeleton over there, which is very, very cramped. We'll take a look at that later. A little parrot, the stairs, and there's a little surprise I will show you guys in a bit. Another crab. And here is the front of the ship with another pirate. It looks very familiar to the old ship. And here in the top, we have another little pirate. Right, so we have some rolled up sails. I will take a look with you guys at the back. Now you can see I built it on dark blue, regular blue base plates. These are not included in the set. I just took the liberty to place them on that, and I will show you guys in a minute why. So here's the back, a lot of open space. Oh, sorry for the shaking. There's the kitchen. There is the sleeping quarters. And even here on the bottom you can see some details of plants, algae and such. So this is what we are left with without the parts of the ship. It's just a bit of a sandbank with some wooden parts for the dock. Right, now why did I put these on a blue base plate? This is why. The island consists of 2 parts, and as you can see from side to side, it fits exactly on a base plate. Now also what I think is that the lighter blue symbolizes water where a person could stand. So for example, like so. And the dark blue is deeper water. So this is actually, natural to me. And I think it's wonderful that they put it on light blue tiles, plates. To get that bit of contrast out here. So yeah, that's one. And this one shows its best actually. You see it starts over here and it ends over here. Exactly the length of a base plate, and same goes for here and here. Now here is the little surprise I was talking about. If you are from the 80s or early 90s and you have some sets from that era of this theme, you will recognize this face, this statue. It was from the Islanders back in '94. And this was one of their bigger statues, which now sank into the sand for a bit. It's buried now. Right, so what else is going on here? We have some coral, stuff like that. Some plants, and yeah, that's basically the features of this. We do have some crates here. Some barrels, one of which just has a bottle in here, and the other one has a oar, a hammer, and an axe. That's it. I do really love these new palm tree designs. Look at that. They even have coconuts in them right now. And they lean a bit towards one side, which is quite natural. They have different colors of leaves in it. I love that as well. And here we have the parrot, which is a multicolored parrot, yellow and blue. I like that as well. Although I would love to have seen the old red parrot in here. But yeah, it's 30 years ago. Anything could have happened to him. Right, so here we have the other part of the island, which consists of a bit of a surprise here. Because here on the side you have a treasure chest tucked away. Now I, with my thick grown-up fingers, cannot get it out, so here it is. What does it contain? Gold bars. 3 pieces of them. It's hidden away. Goes back in there. Right, so what do we have here? We have a pineapple, like I said. We have a banana, a loaf of bread. And below here we have some cherries. And here we have some, cookie. It's a hardtack. I'd like to call it hardtack. Stuff that they ate in the 18th century. on board of ships during long voyages. Right, so that's the food part. Here we have a very unique piece. This is a black barrel. I don't know if it's ever come up, but this is a black barrel. Normally these are in brown or in dark brown or in reddish brown, but not in black, as far as I know. We have a couple more ores here. We have a golden chalice over here. And what's in here? A red cherry. Right. These pirates, they have some food. It's not a lot, but they have some food. And again, they're in the ocean. They can probably fish something up. Right, what do we have here? We have another barrel, one with a broom, a shovel, and a pitchfork. And here we see a skeleton of an Imperial decaying because he already lost his leg there as well. So who knows what happens? Did he lose his leg because of a fight over there? And was he left there to die? Who knows? You can imagine it yourself. Right, then we have a piglet as well, like I said. A pink one. I don't know if we already had a pink one. I know there was one in the medieval market set, but it was a different color. It was more of a little swine. This is actually, yeah, a normal pig. Stay in here. And we have a little frog over there. Little green frog. Right, so some driftwood. We have some, for me, new lanterns, but as we will see, they already have those same models in the bookstore. I don't know how old the piece is, but I think it's an excellent addition. Very lovely addition. Right, and here we have the front of the ship, our very first part of the ship that we are going to look at. As you can see, it has one of these statues at the front of the boat. I'm really not good at English boat terms, forgive me, because I really do know what it is. But yeah, we have an anchor. It's a thinner one than the original one, but that's no problem. We have a poop deck over here with a bucket. There's nothing much more in here. It's very dark in here, but I hope you guys can see it a bit. There's not really much here except for the poop deck and the bucket. Here we have a mechanism to get the anchor up and down. And it's just a simple mechanic with the string. And we have the deck here to go up. The boat itself is angled because of this piece over here. This piece is over here. Yeah, because it's out of the water. So you can see a bit of the underside of the ship. But that's no problem. It's really no problem at all. Well, when we go up, we see here one of the characters and another one of these blue-yellow parrots. Right. And here we have the middle section of the ship with the very small jail cell, which I will take a look at shortly. Yeah, we have these red flaps that go down, but they can be lifted up as well. You can see there's a gold roster window piece over there. We have some stairs that go up, which was missing from the old set. Now if we turn this around, this piece over here is an exact, well, from the picture, it is it's a remake from the old Guarded Inn set, from the castle theme. And I really like that they put that over here. Jose's Inn, it says. Now here is the entrance to the inn. And we will take a more detailed look at that shortly. Cannon over here. On the other side we have a yeah, an entering hook in one of the crates. In the other crate we have nothing, that's an empty one. And here we have a machete and a cutlass. And we can see some green bottles in the distance. Right, if we take a look at what's beneath, we have to remove the cannon, the figure, and this piece over here. We can take a look at what's inside. So we can see, oh, there's a bit of a desk with a ladder. There is the bar. It's a bit hard to see, but there is the bar. And the entrance, a bit of a candle there, some entrance. Cannonballs on top. Unfortunately, I cannot open up this part over here, but we can take a look from the side and see what we have going on over here. Right, we need a bit of light for that. So we have two bunk beds, well, two actual normal beds actually. We have a bottle over there, a bit of a browned piece of parchment. We have a bottle, a bucket, and on the other side here we have a candle and an officer's hat, probably taken from one of the Imperials. Maybe the one that's in the jail cell here. Right, so if we take a look at the jail cell, oh, it doesn't go off that easily. There we go. Put that to the side. We can see it's only 1x4 space for the minifigure to stand in, so it's really jammed in there. Has no space to move at all. No wonder he died. Right. Only one more part to check out, and then we're going to assemble the ship. And here we have the back of the ship. And if you know the old set, it is just iconic with all the yellow in the back and these windows, even the shape that's above the windows. And they already said in the instruction booklet that some pieces were discontinued since the 90s. And I want to believe that this here is one of those pieces. But they recreated it lovely with new pieces. Right, so if we turn it around, we have the entrance to the captain's chamber. And here we have the kitchen, the preparing table. This part can actually go off, but we won't do that just yet. We have the steering wheel hanging from some chains and some vines trying to creep into the window of the captain. Right, we have a rudder here. Right, let's take off the top, because we can. Let's take a look inside here. This here is the captain's chamber. We'll take some light, please. Right, there we have it. So we see a treasure chest with diamonds, a gold cup. We have a nice, lovely, comfy chair, a desk with candles and a map. His bed, which can be folded up if you want to, more space. A desk for writing with a compass and a cup. And we have a bust here, marble bust. Then, for a closer look, more light is needed. There we go. Lovely. So yeah, this is it. It's very basic. It's just a basic little ship's kitchen. You can see there's a doorway, which will need to be filled up if you want to recreate the ship, which we will do right now. I won't show you guys how to do that. It's all in the manual if you want to see it, but I will show you guys the end product. And here we have the characters, the minifigures for the set. So we have Captain Redbeard, who is showing after 30 years a little bit of grey in his beard. We then have his quartermaster Riggins with an eye patch, very basic torso, and the old treasure map from the olden days. We'll take a look at that in a moment. Here we have a Robin Loot with some dirt on her face. I think that's a new torso piece. I don't really know, but I think that's also a new headpiece. We're going to show the back in just a second. Tituba with a very cool and unique tattooed torso piece, which is also tattooed on the back. We see a mermaid, an anchor, and a parrot. Then we have Lady Anchor here. Also very badass girl with a machete in her hand. And then we have the twins with their huge mustaches. We have port and starboard respectively. Starboard is in the little sloop that comes with it, so he doesn't have any weapons on him. And then we have Dark Shark Doubloons, which is the little boy over here, which obviously wasn't here 30 years ago. And as you can see, the clothing of the twins have also aged. You see some rips here in the torso, and on the left side you see a rope instead of a belt. Now then, we're going to take a look at the backside of each character. We have a printed piece for Redbeard. Well, actually all of them are printed. And I especially love Tituba, who has the Black Seas Barracuda tattooed on his back. Right. These are also new pieces, new mold, new design. Right, we're going to take a look at who has printed faces on their back. These two don't. She has a clean face as well. I don't think he has. Oh wait, he has, looking more stern. She has and she doesn't have another face. All right. The twins don't have another face, and the boy doesn't either. But that's because of their headwear. Right, and as you can see here, the left one is the old Captain Redbeard in his younger days. And to the right we have the new one for this set. You can see that the torso has improved quite a bit. And the face as well, the expression, he's just grown older. That's basically it. And on the back we have nothing special for the old one. Just that. The first one is Quartermaster Riggins, who has changed his eye patch to the other side. As you can see, they still have the same hat, the same pants, the same shirt, but now it's unbuttoned. The only thing that's different is the new one is holding the map instead of the other version of the old one. The old one here has just a pistol and a cutlass, and he has a cutlass and a map, but these are basically the same. Then you have another version as well, one with a brown head and a white pants, and here is the old map, which you can see is basically, well, it's in the same style. It's not the same now that I look at these. They're almost the same. And here we have a female newcomer to the set, and I like to think of her as a replacement for this guy here. It's Robin Loot. I don't know a lot about her. Maybe she came. Maybe she joined the crew later. Who knows? That's up to you to decide. Then we have the female character over here, Lady Anchor, which I believe is the woman on the left in the olden sets. As you can see, she has the same color scheme. It's a bit white, red, and some black details. They both wear a necklace, and that's basically, and they both have black hair and painted lips. Although Lady Anchor, the new one, has lost her headband, her bandana, and let her hair loose. But they both have a cutlass or machete in the case of the new one. and a pistol on the side. So I'd like to believe these are actually the same characters. And here are the brothers, the twin brothers. They both have the same old combination of shirt and bandana. The only thing that has changed is the color of pants. Other than that doesn't really matter. They can sew it out of sails or something, or what have you. Yeah, and as you can see, they really grew their mustaches in. Very, very nice. I love it. And then we have these two left, and I think the little boy is one of the children of the pirates, since he isn't 30 years old yet. So that is that. And Tituba was actually featured in another set, I believe the 1997 wave with the Armada sets. There was a pirate with tattoos on his body, but he was covered also with a shirt and such. And I'd like to believe that is the same guy, that they've picked him up somewhere on an island. And yeah, he took off his shirt. Shows all of his tattoos. So yeah, that's it for the characters. Right, and here we have the new Black Seas Barracuda, fully assembled, as we can see. And next to that we have the old version from 1989. It's all worn down, as you can see by the sails. I've played with this set so many times when I was younger. I even brought it into the pool, the blow-up pool we had, to see if it could float, and it could not. So yeah, the new one is definitely a little bit bigger. We also have an extra sail, the one in the back. We didn't have that one back in the past, and it's all rather smooth. It's all smoothed out if you check out the details on the railings and on the front of the ship. It's a lot smoother. And this is the piece I was telling you guys about, which has been out of production. And this these pieces here that make up that same section. So there you have it. I think I prefer the island with all the pieces on it than have the old Barracuda floating next to it, perhaps. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. I love this set. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.